You know, Quinn, the last time you said that, I told you I was going to force you to apologize to her, so you better do it.
I'm not sorry.
I don't care if you're sorry or not. We're trying to keep peace here. Apologize to Allie.
I will not.
What'd he do?
Well, I can't tell you. That's for him to say.
You didn't do anything.
No. So you think. You told me, and I told him. I said, next time you say something, I'm going to make you fess up and apologize.
Or Scott did it, and he's just blaming it all on me.
Nope, it was all you, and we had this conversation. Now we're having it again. I said apologize.
I don't think anybody wants to have to apologize to me in this building. I smell, and notice the fear.
I fear and I smell.
I fear, I smell. I notice the fear.
Is that the smell of fear or the fear of smell?
It is really weird. It is. I think because we have a younger staff, there is a little bit of fear.
No, you're just intimidating as shit. Let's be real.
I don't want to be.
Oh, then don't be that way.
I don't want to be fearful.
Well, you're not fearful. They're fearful of you.
That's what I mean. I don't want to be mean, but I have said this a couple times in the past week. I just want to apply pressure for people to be better.
Well, that's a nice way to put it.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
And that's what I feel like the last month is me doing that.
Applying pressure.
Yes.
Uh-huh.
And I also think that
that's a way to phrase it.
Well, Quinn's in a better relationship with most of them. Do you think that
he doesn't try to apply pressure?
Yeah. I think that he hasn't been in on the emails or anything like that, but hopefully
there's emails.
I'm hoping that they understand that the emails are to keep them on a timeline and to apply the pressure.
Quinn, I take it back. Allie, we had this conversation. You're going to need to apologize.
No, I don't need to apologize. I don't.
Can I tell you guys something kind of hilarious, but yet, well, I don't know. It struck me very funny. So as you guys know, I was in North Carolina this past week visiting with the family, and until this insane situation comes to an end at the end of the school year. And I had a day because by design, I told Annette, I said, go work as much as you can while you're, there. We'll carve out the time for us so that we can have time, or we'll do it at the end of the day, which is a lot of what we did. Towards the end of the day, we'd have some time, things like that.
Like a normal relationship.
Yeah, right. But I said, since you can't work as much because of the kid situation, go do what you can do. Make the money you can make, right now. And
get on that corner, girl.
Yeah, do what you got to do. You know what I'm saying? So, that was by design. So one of the days I had the pleasure, it was Friday. The kids had off from school. Very weird. Most people get President's Day off from school. Mm-hmm. Not in North Carolina. No, they took that Friday off, not the Monday. So it was the following Friday. So it was
they hate the presidents.
25th. Yes, I guess they hate the presidents. Yeah. It's a whole different avenue went down there for MLK Day, but we won't get into that.
Oh, geez.
But at any rate, so they had a Friday off instead of that. Well, Annette was working all day. That's normally her day that she spends all day and most of the night working. Mm-hmm. So I have the honor of having the kids, and it was a gorgeous day down there.
The honor of having the kids.
I also had the honor of having Eva for the day because, of course, Annette and then her dad were at work all day. So, they have the German Shepherd and they have Lucy. The dogs need to get out for a walk. So they always take them to the park, or they have this river walk. Nice setup, right?
Cute. Mm-hmm.
So figured, I'll carry Eva along with me, and we'll take the dogs and we'll take the kids for a walk.
Yep. Knowing
full well that I'd have to get them lunch after the walk. Okay.
Yeah.
So, and the kids like Burger King. So we're like, you guys want Burger King? And they're like, yeah. So I had asked Eva, I said, do you want anything? And she's like, no, I'll get something. Whatever we have at home, I'll just eat that. I'm like, okay, getting off a little cheaper here. This is great. But I was willing, it's a nice thing to do, right? Trying to keep everything peaceful. That's
just the right thing to do if anyone's tagging along.
Exactly.
Hey, we're going to eat. Not you, though.
You can eat too, but you can buy it. No, I wanted to just keep everything nice and smooth and a good fit. Except I discovered something. With her thick Polish accent, burger does not come out burger, which is B-U-R-G-E-R.
Yeah.
No, as we were getting ready to go through the drive-thru and figuring out what the kids want,
Booger,
it comes out booger. So a very appetizing item becomes a not so appetizing item. Well, it depends who you are.
Yeah, I was going to say, I got caught picking my nose. I totally forgot that I was in the company vehicle. And some guy this morning, I'm like, oh, whoops.
You were enjoying a booger?
Yeah.
From
exactly,
Booger King?
Booger King.
So it struck me as very funny because I'm listening to her go, kids, do you want a booger?
They're like, why, yes, I do.
And I'm like, does it come with Kleenex? Like, what's the sign?
Did they think it was so funny?
No, I don't.
Or they didn't pick up on it?
I don't think they pick up on it because it's just grandma to them, and grandma has an accent, and but to them it's not weird. But to me, I'm just like, do you want a booger?
At Gavin's age, I think he would really attach to the booger thing.
Yeah, and it, of course, me being me, had to stop myself from saying, "Yes, Gavin, would you like a booger?"
Yeah,
I couldn't point it out because
shut up.
No,
that would have made it even better.
Come on. Keeping the peace. Keep it
comic relief.
I know. It was hilarious to me. I'm like, yeah, I'll have a booger with fries. You imagine?
Okay, I got to ask you this.
That's just snickering like while driving.
Could you imagine her going through the drive-thru, Eva? Yes, I'll need a kid's meal with a burger.
Oh my God.
The lady's got to be like, what?
Did she end up staying in her room the entire time?
A lot.
Hang out in your room?
A lot.
Hang out in your room, yeah.
A lot in her
Really?
room, yeah.
You were telling me how nice it was down there weather-wise.
It was gorgeous.
I would be outside all the time then.
No, a lot of time in the room.
She's got to suffer some seasonal depression or something.
Yeah, but it was not even a season that you'd feel it right now. It was gorgeous out.
Well, Or just depression. Something's up.
I've said it before and I'll say it again. When she has a job and she's working, which is actually up for a new job in Charlotte and was asked to come back here. So we're going to kind of see when it rains, it pours. So when she's active, she does very well. She's
got purpose.
Yeah.
But
Saturdays are in the bedroom, but I understand you're unwinding. Quinn knows all about it.
But I still think that there must be some sort of depression or something because...
Or she's wired like one of those people. She needs something to do that is of structure, not loading a dishwasher because that's not what it is. Maybe some people are just like that. They're like, if I don't have something to do, this is my default.
My neighbor across the street was just telling me, so she's retired and everything, and she's Junior's dog walker. And she was telling me that she just started to like go to the pool every morning and she spends like 3 hours at the gym. So I feel like Eva should do something like that to give
Sometimes she does yoga and that, but you're right. I think it needs to be a more consistent get out and
something
and
with
do
purpose.
Something. Yeah. Because you don't want to be like in your early 60s suddenly acting like you're 85.
Well, yeah. And then that's going to make her even deteriorate faster, I think.
Yeah, well.
And age faster.
Turn into boogers.
Yeah, right.
Now, listen, I want to get into something that Quinn mentioned to us. Now, we're not going to mention a where or a who or anything like that. You had a situation happen that drives me a little crazy. Can you give us the basis of what happened?
Well, I was asked if I was at a stand of sorts, and I was asked if I wanted something from them. And they're like,
you weren't just randomly standing there like looking at the food going, drool coming out going, you want something?
They were just like, do you want this? And I was like, oh yeah. And they're like, cool, $30.
Wait, first of all, but they had already given you a gift, right?
No, that was later.
Oh, okay.
I hate this because sometimes this happens where you're at a place where there's, let's say, different opportunities to buy things. And somebody will do
a market.
That. A what?
A market.
Yeah, and somebody will, it's an offer. You were offered that.
Yeah.
I feel that should have been, if you said, oh, yes, that should have been given to you. That is a offer of a gift. If someone asks you, do you want this? Now, if they say, would you like to see what the treatment is like? I.e., let's say we're getting, I don't know, our eyebrows raised. Who knows? Whatever the thing is, and they're like, this is kind of what it feels like. Whatever. I'm coming up with something. You kind of, it's like almost a little sampling. Like there's the difference. When it's a sample. When you're offered, am I the only one that thinks this where you're like, would you like this? That means yes, it's yours. It's free. You should take it.
I've been stuck in this position before where I think it's a interesting sales tactic.
It's a bad sales tactic.
Right. Because then you're like, oh, and then you are kind of guilted like, oh yeah, I'll take this eyebrow raising procedure or whatever. But you're right. I've been in this position and then I'm like, I really didn't want to buy that.
Is the lesson to be learned for the bad sales tactic as you're using, which is, do you want this? Which again, to me is an offer. Is it wrong? Or is it okay to turn to them when they go, okay, it's $30, just go, nope.
Well, or you go, I thought you were offering as a gift.
Oh, I like that too. That does lay it onto them.
And you can just say, I don't have $30 right now.
Well, no, no. Don't get all into the explanation. Okay. I think it could be, you're right, because we have to stop this as it is a bad sales tactic. I think it needs to be turned into, I thought you were offering me that.
Yes.
Imply like that did not seem as though we were setting up that I was going to pay.
Right.
Whatever.
Because there's some things that like I like, but I don't like enough to pay. But if it comes to me for free, for instance, if somebody said, Allie, do you want concert tickets to Billy Joel? I would, if somebody offered to take me.
If they say, do you want?
Or do you want? Yeah, I'll go to Billy Joel. If
they say, would you like to go with me to Billy Joel? I'm thinking of buying tickets.
Yes. And then it's $200 a ticket.
No,
I'm good on Billy Joel.
This is kind of how we do movies now, where it's like, you are like, do you want to go see the new Avatar in theaters? And you're thinking about it, you're like, it's pretty expensive, and I kind of just like don't feel like going.
Yeah.
It's gonna be on streaming, which is like free.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
And you're just gonna be like, I'll get it eventually.
Right.
Yeah.
So when the option of free is in sight at some point, you're like,
Right. I honestly, I would have bailed as well. Like that's something, the thing that was offered to you, I'm like, I would like it if it was free.
I have to thank someone who walked up because they started the conversation to them, and I was like, I just quietly
which
walked
sucks
away.
though, because it's not every time that somebody's going to be there to initiate another conversation.
Right.
Well, it's putting you in an awkward situation that nobody should be put into an awkward situation like that.
Yeah.
The only awkward situation is when your doctor says bend over. I mean, that's
and
about it.
Who the heck taught them that sales tactic? Because
I don't know.
I hate it.
Yeah, because you're right. If you're offering now, if it's a table of samples, would you like a cheese?
Macaron.
Yeah, macaron.
Here's
Yeah.
a pen.
Yeah, right.
Yeah,
Yes.
right.
Yes. Would you like a pen? Why? Yes.
Yes.
You're handing it to me.
Yeah.
No, I agree with you totally. And I think you're right. I think it needs to come back, but not with too much explanation. Just a sharp no, or like you said, I thought you were offering that to me for free. The way you said it.
Now, is it my fault because there's one part I left out where before it was offered to me, I said, "Oh, these are cool."
Oh yeah, you ruined it.
No.
You ruined it.
No,
I said,
because
I was just looking at them.
so
I said, "Oh,
she
these are cool."
obviously knows that he liked it. Billy Joel tickets, eyebrow procedure,
then
whatever.
You're not wrong then, because you did point that out, and it still sounded like an offer. Like,
Quinn, he
would you-
really likes it. We want to gift that to you. We want you to experience the eyebrow lift.
Okay.
I don't even know what that is, to be honest with you.
I don't know.
Is it like this? Like I'm suddenly Vulcan?
What's his name? Mickey Rourke.
Oh.
He definitely has had an eyebrow lift.
Yeah.
That dude is.
He's had a lot of things.
Yeah, he doesn't even look like the same person. Well, that stinks because I wonder, do they look at me differently then if I turn around and go, no, thank you. I thought you were offering that to me.
Probably only for the 30 seconds till
Yeah,
somebody else
they'll
walks
move
up.
on.
Okay.
But still, I just don't like it. Don't put me in that situation. You know what it's like? When you used to ask with your friend in front of your mom, can so-and-so stay for dinner?
We always did this.
God, you had an ass whooping
A
coming.
little bit of guilt right
Yeah.
there.
I know. Why? Honestly, though, so my parents were a little bit different. They always would have like food for an army.
However, that is genius on the kids' part, though.
It is.
Well, yeah,
So-
until you get pulled aside. Don't you ever do that again.
That was the thing. Like my parents were always okay with it. My best friend's mom, we weren't even allowed to go into her refrigerator without asking her.
Yeah, my mom had that rule too. Oh, I'll never forget when Krista Vitiver. Oh my God, I was dating her. She walked into the house. Boy, I love name dropping exes on these
do.
podcasts.
You
Do you
really love it.
Oh, she was a
I
sweet
like
girl.
never mention an ex's name ever.
Except for the last podcast when we met Dale Sanchez.
Which, by the way, I ran into him on Saturday.
How is Mr.
I will
Sanchez?
tell you what, like,
Does he listen?
I doubt it.
Okay.
To be honest with you, but it
Oh,
was.
which, by the way, please like and subscribe if you're on YouTube. Thank you, Allie.
It's weird because you never know what it's going to be like seeing an ex. Now we didn't. The breakup was not great, but we didn't have a horrible relationship. I like him as a person. I think he's one of the funniest people I know.
Oh, he is.
So when I
He
knew
can come up with one-liners, dude, so faster than me.
Yes.
Oh.
So whenever I knew I was going to see him, because I called him and said, hey, I need to come into your place of business. I need to come pick something up. And so we sat there and talked, and it was like almost like extremely comfortable.
Well, that's
it was
good.
like falling back into almost more of a friendship anyway. And I was
Yeah.
like, I really enjoyed seeing my ex-boyfriend. But I'll tell you what, I didn't tell Zach because I didn't want to tell Zach how much I enjoyed the conversation.
Oh, but there's a different,
and not enjoyed it in like a overstepping way. I'm just saying it was just a very fun conversation.
He's easy to talk to. I mean, Mr. Sanchez is an easy guy to talk to. Also wears his shirt just like this. You ready?
What? Yeah.
Oh, top button on?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Go back and listen to the last podcast if you haven't heard it. It really, so I love how Allie goes, I never name drop my exes except for the last podcast.
Well, that's not his real name.
I know that. Well, part of it isn't. Sanchez is real. So back to Krista Viniver.
Oh, yeah.
I will never forget, and this is not just, it wasn't just her, there's other people too. If you went into my mom's fridge, unless you were Rob or Jeremy or Mark or somebody like, the boys were fine. If the girls went in there, hussies. I don't know what my mother was thinking. I don't get it. She would have been fine with you. You would have been the one that would have been fine.
Okay, so that's weird. Now back to that, as far as like asking your friends coming to dinner. As a parent, does this annoy you, Scott? Because my parents were all good with it, but some of my friends' parents were not good with it.
You know what I've discovered? If the kid annoys me, I'm not good with it.
Oh, that's probably why. I was probably the annoying kid for sure. Now it makes sense why Timmy's mom was like, Alicia cannot stay for dinner.
Yeah, I now thinking about it.
Or also I was really chunky and I was probably eating too much.
Oh, wow. I mean, or maybe it's gone too far. Like I'm at the point where I'm like, your 3-hour play date that you've been hanging out has become 6 hours. I've had enough. You know?
Yeah, that does make sense. Like that you just want to like walk around in your underwear and. You know.
God, I hope no one ever invites Gavin over for dinner. The kid just Lydia would be the kid that would eat anything.
Yeah,
and would eat well.
Oh, Gavin,
it's like he'd eat one grape. I mean, I can't get this kid to eat. It's really tough.
I mean, he's going to grow out of that.
Just send food along with him.
Oh, that's not rude.
No, I don't think so.
Actually, I brought my own tuna casserole.
Honestly,
just be like, my kid's got dietary restrictions, nuggets.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, but on the fly, it doesn't happen like that. It's always you and I are playing together, having a great time. Go, Mommy Allie, can Quinn stay for dinner? Mm-hmm. Get out of here right now! Don't you do that to me?
That's what Grubhub's for now.
We used to always
instant delivery.
Yeah, that's true.
There was always somebody with a dietary restriction at a sleepover, and they would bring snacks, and it was kind of weird when they did, and they never even ate their snacks that they brought anyway. Like it would be like. It'd be like my friend Jennifer, and she had lactose intolerance. It didn't matter because once it came to cake and ice cream time, she's eating the shit out of that cake, and she's like getting the shits later.
Go home and blow up Mommy and Daddy's house.
I'm sure she got in trouble. I told you not to eat the ice cream.
That's right. Did anybody have a parent that had a hard time with letting other kids use the bathroom too? Like I'll never forget when I was a kid.
I hope not.
I know.
Let me finish. This was so funny. I don't know. We always say great things about my mother. The more I think about it now, God, she was mean as shit. So Kevin Conley used to live a door away from me on my first street that I lived on in Buffalo.
Yeah.
And we knew each other really from birth up until I moved. Probably I was near 10. And then obviously it fell off. Every once in a while, you'd get can I use your bathroom? No, your house is 2 doors away. Go there.
Oh my God.
What was Betty thinking? Like, maybe she just cleaned the bathroom and she didn't want it blown up. I don't know.
That is so rude.
I know. I'd be thinking about it. I'm like, oh my God.
Oh my gosh. Yeah, that is so funny. Is everything okay, Quinn?
Your camera just turned off. I don't know why.
Oh. Well.
Your camera has been on the fritz. I wasn't going to say anything. Well, I'm getting shocked now. I'm getting on the fritz.
That's okay.
Quinn
right
might
now,
die.
Everything's finally synced up, but for the entire time so far, I'm going to have to delay your footage by a solid 2 minutes because Scott's talking and on the footage, Allie's like, which you won't see while you're watching this because hopefully I've done my job and edited it properly. But
it's like those films when everything is like da, 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 da.
Oh, like the old Japanese Godzilla film.
Yes. That's exactly what it's
going
going
to
to
be. Because it's like they're all panicking, running away, and then it's like, run. We have to get out of here.
That's all right. I keep seeing her getting messages over here. I'm trying to read it. I'm like, What did Angela
maybe
say?
that's it. We gotta put you
maybe.
Do Not Disturb next time.
Oh, I forgot
this
about.
popular over here.
I forgot about that.
Nobody
what did
wants to
Angela
text me,
say?
so-
We
I'm
do.
kidding.
Oh yeah.
What you
Let me
doing?
let you know. Well, we do build this as what happens behind the scenes a little bit. Well, you just got a taste of it right
Yeah,
there.
well,
Everybody knows we use our phones are used as cameras.
I always get concerned when he
This
gets
janky setup.
right. I always get concerned when he gets up
The
in the
free
middle.
setup.
By the way, back to the parenting thing.
Yes.
I wonder if Gavin 20, 30 years from now is going to be like, oh my gosh, my parents did the weirdest thing. And whatever it was. I imagine you are kind of the weird dad. Like very...
What the hell?
Yeah, see? Quinn thinks so
Yeah.
too.
Weird
Not in a bad
how?
way. Not in a bad way.
I'm
No,
like
but
weird
you're
how.
just-
Like I'm the one that's going to be cooking for everybody. Man, I want to make a feast right now.
No, I know, but you have your Scottisms. And I think that those...
What? Cheesy dad jokes and
Yes.
lots of cooking?
Well, yeah, I think the cheesy dad... Well, I'm sure, I bet you there's something that you don't allow his friends to do, or whenever they sleep over and they stay up too late and you're yelling, that is going to be a memory.
Every parent goes through that. Yeah. Every parent goes through that where it's like, you guys have to go to sleep.
Oh,
Let me tell you, a sleepover is not a sleepover. It should be called a fucking stay awake all night over.
That's right.
Yes, because I can tell you, I have so many of these memories. I remember finding, oh my God, I can't tell you exactly what it was, but we found drugs in one of my friend's mom's. Well, now it's pretty common.
Oh, so it was marijuana.
So,
Okay.
but we found
Oh.
drugs in her mom's pants.
Better than finding
Pants.
Yeah,
What?
she had it in a pants pocket.
Why are you going
Why are
into
you
people's
going
pants?
through people's pants?
It was in the laundry room. I don't know.
This
guys.
Why
is
are you
where-
going through the laundry?
This is where this is where the medicine cabinet started from.
Yeah, that's not
this
even
is it
bad.
right here.
Yes.
But that's so much worse than opening a medicine
I
cabinet. You're
don't
rifling
know.
through somebody's drawers.
I don't know why.
In the dirty laundry.
Just trying to find 20s.
I think we always did. I think I have opened every drawer in my friend Kelly's mom's house. I've been in her drawers. I have been seriously, but my parents, you never were allowed to go in their room.
Oh
I
my
have definitely
God.
rooted, I have rooted through
I
their
wouldn't
drawers.
let people in my parents' room either. I'd be like, my parents are going to be pissed at me if you go in
but
there.
why did they let me root through their parents' drawers? I don't know why.
And
They
how
don't know how to
did-
stop you. That's
Wait,
what
I gotta know how this started. Did you just go, come here, Becca, let's go through your mom's drawers? Or did you just was it like one of your conversations where suddenly you're saying things and Quinn and I are like, is she talking to us? Like you're just sitting there going, hey, Becca, we'll go outside and play in a minute. Let me take a look through here.
No, I think it usually starts with we want to see jewelry and try it on. We want to try on bracelets and earrings. So then once
it's an innocent start.
yes. So
And it
once
becomes really guilty.
it becomes play dress up.
Allie's opening the utility bills. Oh, look, you got a hell of an ISAG bill this month.
And also, oh my God.
Federal
So then here's
crime.
another one. So one of Timmy's parents, we found a roach clip once, and it was the biggest taboo thing at the time. And Timmy's like, do you think it's a roach clip? I'm like, I don't know. I don't know anything about drugs at all.
You gonna tell the story about finding the homemade porn?
That's another one.
I know.
Me and Heather were babysitting, and of course we go through all the VHSs, and all of a sudden we're like, oh my God.
that's their fault for putting it next to the other movies, though.
Yeah,
just gonna
That's
say.
on
exactly.
them. I don't blame you for that one.
Thank you. Thank you.
Except for the fact that wrote on there, under 18, do not watch.
No, of course.
helps
Then you gotta
Of
watch.
course, it was Jacob's first birthday, and then over to.
Oh!
So instead of Jacob's first birthday,
It was Jacob's conception.
Yeah. Yes. Exactly.
That's how you always hide it. You have to name it something obscure. I know a lot of people back when you used to have to save it on your computer.
Yeah.
I know the joke was always you save it under your tax folders.
Yes.
Taxes
I
1997.
still do this. On my, yes.
Well, now we know where to look.
All right.
Yeah, but it's not in my taxes because my taxes are my taxes. But I have all these folders on the side of my email, and if there's something that's
You have
really
a porn folder over there?
you
Oh, okay.
never know.
I'm
Oh
not
my God!
judging.
The other day, speaking of, so Sonia and
Speaking
I,
of porn folders.
Sonia and I were talking about something with our relationships and blah blah blah, and she's like, "Well, let's look it up." So all of a sudden, here we are in the store. She's looking up porn. She goes, "Does it look like this?"
What was she? What, his dick?
No
Well,
fear,
no.
this woman.
It was an act, Scott. It was an act.
Oh.
A style of sexual activity?
Yeah, and I'm
I
like,
got you.
we're in the store and we're looking up porn right now.
Using their internet.
we're
No holds barred.
We're right here at the cash register, and she's like, "That one."
So how much did you save at Kohl's? On that note, next week we're back.
Oh, bye.